Oh, so good to be here with everyone. Sacred ceremony. Without that in our life, we're missing something. And today is the day we conduct the Day of the Dead ceremony. It's a day that we acknowledge those in our lives who have passed on out of this earthly dimension, but not out of our hearts and minds. You know, death brings up our deepest spiritual questions. What is eternal and what is temporary? Who are we really? And most importantly, what is our relationship to the greatest whole? It's important we do this at least once a year, don't you think? Ask ourselves those questions. Who are we? What is our relationship to the greater whole? What's eternal and what is temporary? Humans have wrestled with the meanings of death from the time we were able to contemplate such things. So in October, there's an acknowledgement of this great mystery, and we call it the All Souls Day, or the Day of the Dead. We did not start it here in this country. Ancient roots throughout the old world. It's a holy day, and it speaks to a very deep part of our collective consciousness. What started in the Western world as a Celtic Druid celebration, a holiday called Samhain, has spread throughout the Western world. And when something like that happens, is because it meets a very deep need. It's an important thing to address in life. So today, this is the day that we gather to honor those who have gone on before us and consider what exactly does that mean? Gone on before us, right? That's what we say. Gone where? Well, religious science has an answer. I like it too. Religious science or New Thought, it believes in and teaches about the immortality of the soul, that we retain a personal identity, a sense of individualized self after we leave our body. In our movement, we call death a transition. Dr. Holmes, the founder of religious science, he studied with psychics and mystics in an attempt to find answers as to where do we go when we die. You ever wondered about that yourself? Where do we go when we leave this mortal coil, right? And Dr. Holmes became convinced that life was eternal and we have a spiritual body that continues after this physical body returns to the ground. And if you want to know more about what Dr. Holmes thought, get out a Science of Mind textbook and check out the chapter on immortality. He goes into great depth. Really, it was why the turn of the last century, the big question was, who are we and what happens when we die? They had all kinds of experiments. He was right in the middle of that. Stephen Levine, in his book, 1 Year to Live, he writes, "It is said that if you are fully alive before death, you'll probably be fully alive afterwards." I like that idea. That's what we aim as to large measure in the center, is to be fully alive, totally present, right here, right now, as our entire full selves. So this is a good time for us to stop and ask ourselves the basic 3 spiritual questions. Are we paying attention? No. Basic 3 spiritual questions. Number 1, who am I? Each one of us. Who are we? Who am I? That answer matters a great deal as to how you live your life. It truly does. Because it leads to the second question. What is my relationship to the larger whole? How am I connected? How do I relate? Where do I start and the larger whole stops? Try breathing without the larger whole. We're interconnected. And the last question, what is my relationship, our individual relationship to each other as human beings? Are we brothers and sisters to each other? Are we part of a oneness, individualized? How can you live your life if you don't even ponder these questions to know? Who are you? Who are you guys? What are we doing here? Why are we here? Where are we going afterwards? Right? Any thinking person will ask these questions, and a person on a spiritual path is interested in the answers. So contemplating death brings up the contemplation of what is eternal and what is temporary. We all know that this is a temporary planet. Y'all know this is a temporary planet? Just checking. We're only here for a short time. So what do we want to do while we're here? Who do we want to be? What do we want to stand for? What do we want to represent? No matter how long it might feel to each of us, you ever had those days when it feels endless? This is a short gig, honeys. A short gig. It's a good time. Right now, it really is a good time to stop and ask ourselves these questions. Am I being authentically me? Are you being authentically you? Are you copycatting somebody else and wanting to be them? Are you playing a role, wearing a costume? We all know what that felt like if you've watching the Halloweeners, right? Wearing a costume, playing a role. Really important. Who am I really? And what are my values? Every once in a while, we need to stop and ask that. Who are we? And what do we value? Unique and individualized. Each one of us. Are you living them? Are you living your values? Or are you hiding? Here's a question that we might want to avoid. What is mine to do now while I'm here? What stances do I take? How do I stand in the world? How do I show up? I like this one. How alive am I? Anyway, where's the joy? Where's the life that just turns me alive? Where is that? And what do I stand for? What do I give life to? As we all are quite aware, our center is in a time of introspection right now, and we're asking ourselves, what do we want and who are we? Good, appropriate questions at this time of year, do you not think? If we need to do this at least once a year, who are we and what do we stand for? Very appropriate. So I would like to urge everyone to use this time wisely and commit to being your highest self while you're in body. And so one of the things that we are going to do today is a candle lighting ceremony. And we do this in honor of the people in our lives, or may I amend that, the beings in our lives who have gone on to other realms. And today we're going to honor their lives and our deep connection to their souls and all that we have received from them being in our lives. Our center also honors those who have passed on, who have given to our center while they were here. And in this last year, we've had 2 long-term members, Carol and Kathy. She moved back east, but she died last year. And John Terwilliger. They left the planet. They were true friends of our spiritual community. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to light this center candle. I want there to be lots of time for everyone to get up. If you have lost anyone, or if there's a loss in your life, then you would like to light a candle to bring light to that. And what we do is we light this central candle, which represents what? Thank you. Student. The one student. Yeah. It represents the one light of which we are all a part. And so we have these beautiful candles here. And what I'd like to ask you to do is to pick a candle or two. I'm going to pick two candles. Oh, come back here, butterfly. Those who've been here before have seen it honors the women in my life, my grandmother, my husband's mother, and my mother. Hospice encourages people to make little tins like this and put them up in your home. So to all these women who gave birth, gave me shelter, and gave me life, I honor them. Please start your candles and go around the inside because you don't want any candles up front, you'll burn somebody. Yeah. This is my baby. This is my Smokey. Oh. We wanted to pretend he wasn't sick, but we took him to the vet, and the vet said if you love this cat, you put him down. My heart. So to my beautiful boy, who not only slept in bed every single night with me, but there wasn't a mouse in the house. So to you, my angel, thank you for being in our life. This cat was not afraid of dogs, even 85-pound black-mouthed curs. Put them in their place, didn't you, Smokey? You did indeed. So I'm going to light two other candles, one for Carol and Kathy, one for John Terwilliger, and put them up here. We thank them for their presence in our world and in our life. Carol and Kathy taught classes here. She gave Sunday services, and she loved us. A little controversy around the Christianity, but we got over it. And John Terwilliger adored us. We meant a lot for him. I now open the floor for whoever would like to take a candle. Obviously, go around in the circle to honor those who have gone before. Danny, if you would like to play in the background, you're welcome to. Practitioner student in 2017. So please join me as we center ourselves in honor and respect to all those who have gone on. And let us know right here, right now, and know it as your own, that the fire of life and creative intelligence source is within us. And as we speak our word and truth right now, knowing that we are ever connected within the same thread of life to the one and only holy, divine, loving spirit called God. We know that in truth. There can be no separation, not even from this thing we call death here on earth. No possible way of being apart from the one and the only. No possible way. For it is all there is and ever will be. Like the earth shifts and changes form through the years, the rocks become smooth grains of sand from the waves of the ocean. We know also that our bodies will return to the dust, and still, always still, our spirits rise free of body into the same single source. The same air, the same sacred life that we breathe in each and every day that knows us as its own. Let us know in truth that God could never be anything but itself, and that is individualized in expressions. We only ever return to source. We can allow any hint of sorrow or resistance to soften and accept the transition, knowing our loved ones are enveloped in the light and the love of God. Don't just know this, feel it and be it, that love and that light of God that envelopes those that you love, in body, out of body. And know that it is safe to feel, to grieve, to release, and finally, eventually, celebrate the deep love for our beloveds. So right here and right now, allow sorrow to release, and yet simultaneously know the truth is that no one could ever be gone, ever be forgotten, or ever be separate or alone from the one. No one. For we are all part of the same one. Together we shine and rise. Together we ride the ebbing tides and release all possible doubt about the perfection of this experience in the eyes of the Holy Divine One. As we tap into the rhythm of the earth and humble ourselves with the deepest gratitude, let us speak our word to witness the powerful experience of accepting the unfolding of life itself. As truth emerges in remembrance of the one spirit of love, embrace the truth and allow yourself to be comforted by it. And so it is. Namaste.